Alrighty, we're going to take things back a notch. Going into winners round 1. Looks like we're not going to go to the Saluki Smashville starting out, but instead gonna go with the battlefield. Rusty starting out with Fox. We have seen this Fox before, but kind of an interesting sight to see. And we got Loss, formerly known as Bill Nye, going his main villager. Bill Nye has attended a lot of Saluki Smashvilles in the past. Maybe not as lot this season, but he is eager today for the season finale and is ready to take some names. Uses that reflector, gets some gyrate action going on there, and gets Rusty now to the same percent, and with some slingshots is now taking the advantage. I feel like both these characters, both Villager and Fox, can benefit greatly from the platform, especially just from Villager's projectiles and Fox's aerial game can just help both of them greatly. So it'll be interesting to see who takes the advantage and who ends up falling a little bit behind. Looks like we got Loss going here, trying to go for these forward smash. I cannot say that with a straight face. Looks like we got Loss going here for the forward smash attempts. I'm not able to quite get it. And Loss, we're seeing him counter with a lot of these gyroids. Rusty trying to use the reflector, but with that lag, maybe it's not quite worth it in some situations. But like a villain Jermaine as he is, he's going to camp the platforms and is actually going to get punished from wall jumping with that up smash coming out from Rusty. And now a stock behind. He's going to try and see if he can play a little bit aggressive. And if Loss is able to get this stock out soon, it'll put him in a great advantage state. Even though he is a little bit down in percent, only 15, Villager doesn't really need to be in the hole that much. Although I'm saying this, now he's getting up to that percent where he needs to be a little more careful, needs to get the stock out as soon as possible, but as safely as possible. Tries to go for the forward air, gets Rusty off stage, and trying to read for a low recovery, but Rusty there with a high recovery, already reading the read. We're having a library here in Saluki Smashville. Forward air coming out from Rusty, going to take Loss right out of his gyroid. And Loss right there with the turnips, ready to punish the up tilt. And Rusty maybe being a little bit too reckless there with those up tilts, because now it's going to cost him to get all the way off stage. Loss trying to go for that forward smash, not able to quite get it though. Uses a gyroid, pressuring Rusty off right by the ledge. And we got an interesting trade coming out. Maybe not the strong part of forward smash that Rusty was looking for. But with Loss at 71% and Rusty with all this rage, this could be very interesting to see how this goes. Rusty pressuring with lasers, getting that extra percent, waiting for his time to strike. Tries to go for an up smash, not able to quite get it. Tries to go for a forward smash, and Loss is rolling right through it. And there we go, Loss finally with the bowling ball read, able to get out that stock. Loss starting off with offstage game, uses the triple turn to get Rusty up to 12%, and with the rage, he's gonna try and find his way in. Loss, being a Villager main, does not have any worry trying to make it back on stage, but his main issue is how he's going to recover on the stage. Anyways, that's my train of thought done, and that is also game 1 done with going into Rusty's favor. Both up smash kills, very interesting. So let's see if Loss here, formerly known as Bill Nye, because I gotta keep reminding the audience, if you guys are new here, welcome to Saluki Smashville. This is gonna be our season finale. And like I was just about to say, we're gonna see Loss's other main, his co-main, Little Mac. Loss is very interesting with his mains, but likes Villager and Little Max for very different reasons, and likes them just because they're pretty much complete opposites, and I can't disagree with them. So with this completely new playstyle that Loss doesn't play now, let's see if he's able to take advantage of Rusty's Fox. Already going in on the aggressive, gets Rusty up to 18%, but Rusty seems to be getting a lot more hits than Loss is right now, using these spot dodging, using these rolls to just get out of those situations that he could potentially take from shield pressure and super armor damage. Playing this very well. Dash attacks right under the side beat, which is very interesting. However, here comes Little Mac. Just special thing about him is just his smash attacks are completely lethal. And Loss is going to try for that KO punch. Not able to quite get it though, just misspaced it by a tiny bit. However, he's not going to let that take him down. With the gloves of bricks, he is going to try his best to take out this furry space animal. Shields the Nair attempt, but doesn't shield the second attempt, but counters the up smash Nice read coming out from Lost, but now at 105, what is he able to do? He doesn't have the recovery that he did with Villager. In fact, he probably has one of the worst recoveries in the game. But clean forward smash coming out, getting Rusty already up to 18%. He's going to use this rage as much as he can without getting this stock to Lost. And speaking of Lost, the player, is very interested in just trying to get as much damage as he can before he loses his second stock, possibly even taking the stock. But with that counter, maybe starting a little too prematurely, Rusty is going to get a clean up smash and is actually going to be shield broken to neutral B. If you want to imitate that face, it was not on screen. He's not going to. Anyways, we're going to go into our first game 3 of the night, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be very interesting. Little Mac, very much beneficial for Lost there. And let's see if he's able to keep it up. Maybe Rusty with the character change might throw him off a bit, but it looks like we are actually going to see that character change. We're going to see Rusty go Link. This is one of his more common mains, seeing as he really does like the projectile. Actually, wait. What's up? Advanced stage, event stage. Try. Alrighty, just making sure that we are getting the rulebook in check, which is all memorized in my brain. For the most part, I do have to look a few things up. I'm not that perfect, but speaking of perfection, we might see this game 3 come down to last hit. Seeing as Rusty now has the projectiles to work with Fox, he only had the laser and was using that quite a lot just to get some extra chip damage. But now with Rusty out of a jump, able to get back safely on stage from that up B, and now we got them both at the same percent. Rusty looking for that grab, but an up tilt coming out from Lost is actually going to prevent that from happening. And Lost is actually making Rusty go off stage pretty often. Not something you really see at the start of a Little Mac match. Rusty going for the double out smash, maybe reading something pretty nutty there, but Lost with the jump going away. He's going to just go right through it. Super Armor going right through that arrow to get forward smash on Rusty, rather. And now Rusty in a disadvantage. Lost going for that forward smash, and now Rusty is at 98%. He's got to look very carefully. Gets hit by his own bomb. Maybe not what he wanted, but there's what he wanted. Maybe a bomb hitting that side B. And now a dash attack coming out from Lost. This is going to be very interesting because now Lost is off stage. Now Get Back's on stage. Rusty has got to find his way to take advantage of Little Mac's very little air game. But trying to shield that KO punch, not even going to quite go because it is treated as a command grab and will go through shields. But now Lost, now 83%. Rusty looking for that up air game that would have possibly taken the stock, but Lost both times jumping out of the way. And here we go, attempt number 3. Is he gonna get it? Not quite. Tries to go. Actually goes gets the counter. It wasn't actually expecting that to work since I was expecting Rusty to use another option besides air. But here we go, Lost using those smash attacks. Once again, this is what helped him win the last match, is abusing that super armor and getting those hits when he needed to. And here we go. Like I said with the last match, Lost is going to utilize any of this rage that he can to get as much percent as he can and possibly taking the stock fairly early from Rusty if he is not able to take the stock himself. But with Lost at 135, he's got to be very careful. Rusty's going to abuse these projectiles. Lost, seeing the frame data from Rusty by pulling out the bomb, he's going to take advantage of it. And now, you got Rusty up at the top, tries to go for that up B. And gets Rusty in a really interesting position. Now he has KO punch online. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Rusty throws the bomb, gets rid of the KO punch, but not rid of Lost. Lost is still here. He's still ready to fight. He's still got those bricks. But an up throw from Rusty, not able to quite take it actually. And now we got Lost basically at max rage. Tries to go for the side B, but a nair stuffing Lost out. And now he is down to his second stock. Lost looking for that counter, but Rusty with a clean read. An up tilt 2 up smash is going to get Lost up to 39%. And Lost looking to be very aggressive here, trying to get this stock out as soon as possible. But now, with that aggressiveness coming out from him, it's going to lead him to be in a disadvantage now. A back throw coming out from Rusty is going to lead Lost off stage, but a counter coming out from Lost is going to... He was adjusting his song. That's fine though. Rusty with the respect, backing off and resetting the neutral. But now we have Lost off stage. Got to figure out how he wants to play this. Shields the dash attack, which possibly could have killed. Now with the KO punch online, he's got to figure out what he wants to do to set up. Does he want to just throw out a forward smash? Does he want to throw out the KO punch? KO punch can be very risky, but very high reward. And like we were saying, very high risk, high reward. And that high risk is going to cost him the game. And now we got Rusty 2-1 over Lost.
Rusty